Today we flip coins. That's right. It's Thursday, so we're just going to flip coins. First, we're going to start off with a toonie. Why are we flipping coins, you
For
ask?
those of you who are
$2.
outside of Canada, this is a $2 coin.
I don't know if we can see that. I don't know how that works, but that's what a... Ooh, look, Larry. That's the...
Flip it.
Is that the queen?
Yeah, that's the queen.
And then we got the polar bear. Oh, the polar bear's upside down. Oh, my God. That's like a sign of distress. Help me. He's got me held captive here.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to flip the coin. Why are we flipping a coin? Because we're sick of the world news, so we're going to flip the coin. So, what are we flipping for? Heads? What do we do? Nothing. Polar bear? What do we do? Nothing. Ready?
Heads.
It's heads, ladies and gentlemen. We do nothing.
Okay, part of this is you get into circle arguments. And circle arguments, you just say the same thing over and over and over again. And this is where a lot of people that have talk shows,
News shows, opinion shows.
they get into that circle jerk.
That's
right?
like the news cycle nowadays. It's
Yeah,
all
and-
the same stuff.
You know,
Over
it's
and over and over.
Like the big thing in the news right now is depending on how you listen to the news, it's either Manchester or Trump's trip. And again, it goes into two different variances, right and left, on each side. For the Trump's trip, if you're watching mainstream media, it was all about the picture with the orb, Trump's wife swatting his hand away.
Mm-hmm. Him pushing somebody out of the way at the NATO.
Yeah, and then the handshake of death with the French president, right? Or if you actually listen to the other side of the news, they actually talk about the speech that Trump gave to the Saudis, the speech that Trump gave to Israelis, the fact that Trump and the Pope look like they were talking to each other.
I think sometimes you just need to turn the news off. Click. Turn it over to the sports channels. And just watch some sports. Or watch some cartoons. You know what? Throw it back to some old He-Man cartoons. Or remember Skeletor? Skeletor. And the Castle of Grayskull.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. But He-Man would be, like, condemned now because he's sexist against women. You can't even enjoy a cartoon nowadays.
No,
it's just...
and it sucks. You know, there's a culture appropriation going around right now, and it's just like, you know, in my opinion, if it wasn't for people trying to appropriate culture, and I'm using quotes here, some of that culture would just disappear and die. You know, there was
for the dumb people like myself, what is appropriate?
For example, me as a white person taking an East Indian, like the ones with the dots, taking wearing their flowing robes and wearing a turban and saying "herka durka durka," you know, do you want fries with that type thing? You know, cultural appropriation. So it's when one, mostly white. It's actually, honestly, it's only white culture stealing other people's culture and using it for financial means. So, if you know, and then you come down to that, you know, if you want to do that, then black people can't use this, and Asians can't use that, and you know, because if you, it's difficult watching everything right now because it's
difficult opening any type of social media, any type of internet, and being inundated with everything.
Yeah, because it's like the Manchester bombing, which is a horrific event to have happen, but then it's just like people are like, oh, you know, put up the Union Jack, and oh, we're with you, and it's just like, well, you're virtue signaling, which is again another buzzword that people use. And it's just like, well, okay, you know, your hearts and minds are with him, but in, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll all
It'll be on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It'll be on to the next thing, you know. It'll be... Everything is just there for 5 minutes, and then it goes away. And then... But it's still there. It never truly really goes away. I don't even know. Like, it's just so hard to, myself, anyways. I don't watch a lot of news. I don't read a lot of news.
I read lots of news.
I read a lot of sports. I read a lot of because I can't.
Oh, come on! Even sports are getting politicized. Like ESPN, apparently, there's big headlines on some of the news sites that I go to talking about how ESPN has become politicized, and they're losing a lot of viewers because of it. And
I hate in sports how everything is overly overanalyzed. I hate how the world. It's not just sports. Everything is overanalyzed. Every little point. And case in point, the Trump wife swatting hand away. It's like, come on, really? Yeah, what married man hasn't been told by his wife to go fuck off?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not nothing new. It's nothing. It's not news. There's not.
Yeah, okay, yes. When you compare Obama and Trump, Obama always comes across as a loving husband. And the fact that Trump doesn't come across as a loving husband.
You don't know.
Are we surprised? No, not really. He's on his, fourth wife?
But do we truly know what their relationship is like?
Yeah,
does anybody truly know?
Behind closed doors, they could have the most
They could be the greatest couple in the world. We don't know.
And we would never know.
Only the people closest to them know.
Exactly.
We're in a world full of judgmental people who shouldn't be judgmental. We're told every day not to judge other people, yet that's all we do, even here.
Yeah.
That's all we do on the internet is judge other people.
And the internet makes it really easy, honestly.
Oh, man.
Just makes it so easy. There's no accountability. There's no punishments for anything.
There's no consequences for anything on the
No,
internet.
it's so weird. Because there was, here in Canada, somebody threatened the Prime Minister's wife in Lethbridge and got arrested, within a day.
Yeah.
But we can't find bullies online.
I know.
Who are bullying children and
making them kill themselves.
Yeah, we can't find people like that, but we can find somebody who threatened the Prime Minister's wife within, boom, just like that. Yeah. So there's, sorry children, if you were watching this, double standards everywhere. The world is full of them. Everywhere you go, you will find that some people are treated better than others. Why? Because they know them.
Yep. If you know somebody in a company, you're going to make it farther than the person who doesn't know somebody in the company. If you know somebody higher up,
the hardest worker in the world.
Is it going to get you places? Of course it is. That's not. Well, let's back the phone up here. It will. Hard work's going to get you places, but it's not going to get you as far as hard work and knowing somebody.
Yep. And just knowing somebody could get you as far as somebody who works hard.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it's very hard. It's different. The world. It's very I don't even know. I just
days. Some days the news is just like white noise. It's just like the same thing over and over. Because in my news world, it's nothing but for politics right now. It's nothing but leadership races, and it's just get them done.
But are these people who are running for these leaderships, are they really leaders? That's what I want to know. These people who are leaders.
Well, that's the thing. It's right now, the Prime Minister here in Canada has no effective... Well, he has an effective opposition, in Rona Ambrose. She is probably one of the great conservative leaders who will never actually be a leader. She was only the interim leader. But the conservative leadership race has been going on for a year or longer. And it's just hurry the fuck up. I'm tired of it. And the fact that there's 13 people running in the race. And then the NDP are looking for a leader. And it's just I'm already leader out for that.
I'm politicked out. I'm everything politicked out.
Politics is good when you have people going head to head and butting heads. But right now,
as long as in the end you come out and you come out better. But if you just come out bitter at the end, then there's no...
Yeah, and the thing is, right now, because there's so everybody has no leaders. There's no fronts in the political battles that are going on right now. It's just like one person who is a leader, like in Alberta. There's the NDP. There's two other parties, but they're trying to figure out how to run effectively against her. So there's two leaders.
They're not
vying
trying
against each other.
But they're not trying to. They're not trying to be better. They're just trying to beat the other person. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to come up with an effective way to beat the NDP, but they're not trying to come up with an effective strategy to run our province better.
Okay, hold on. Here's the problem: is as long as they're trying to figure out who's leader,
they're not.
They aren't coming out with policies.
That's what I mean.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're trying to. They're infighting.
Yes. So the Alberta Conservatives are doing this. The federal Conservatives are doing this. There are elections everywhere. There's elections in England. There's going to be.
We're not sitting down as a world. People in this world are so concerned with likes, views, clicks,
clickbait,
that we're not worried about being better as a society. We're just worried about being the most liked, the most viewed.
Yeah,
the most popular. It's a popularity contest on a grandiose scale.
It's like watching a movie and having somebody break the fourth wall and realizing that this movie is a parody of itself, and going, well, like Deadpool. He realized that he was in a movie and made fun of the fact that he was in this movie, and it made the movie so much better. We're not seeing a lot of that in news, or in politics, or anything like that. They think that they are this bubble. People live in a bubble.
Everybody can't see past their own nose.
Yeah.
Myself, him. We only can see what's this. That's it. Everything here, everything past here
doesn't exist.
Far
as a lot of people are concerned.
And if you sit there and say, "Oh, I see what I see the whole world," I know. No, you don't.
I've fallen into the logic fallacies too. It's like, people only read things that reinforce their beliefs, and I fall into that trap sometimes too. Because it's like sometimes I'm reading something that just goes against what I think. And it's just like, really fucking retarded people. Why the hell would you write something stupid like this? And then after I'm done, it's like, I gotta stop doing that. It's just, some days it's like this. Heads a do. Heads a do, tails a don't.
But what do we do?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter. Does it? In the end, does it really matter? I don't know.
Yeah, everything is... You want things to change, but then when change starts to happen, you don't like it. So, you can never be happy.
Everybody wants change until it negatively affects them.
Yeah. Because
and
they
then
think
you
they
don't
are the
want
exception.
It.
Yeah, we were rambling today, but head still.
I can't flip a coin, apparently. Wow, it's been heads a lot.
Yeah, it actually has been, and it's not supposed to be quarters. Yes, it's so weird. The quarter
heads again. Oh, there's a tail. There we go. I got some tail. I'm out. That's
like
it.
a duck.